Welcome to Mehetabel Counseling Services YouTube channel. My name is Faith Gushu, a counseling psychologist. Today we'll talk about temperaments. What is temperaments? It is the individual differences from one person to the other. We will talk about 4 temperaments, and I'll start with the watcher. I'll make it simplified. I'll not use the jargons. We'll talk about the watcher. A watcher is a relationship-oriented person. A relationship-oriented person. They love relationships. These people are not very ambitious, but they still achieve in their confines. They love relationships. They hate conflict. They are very good listeners. They are always looking at including everyone in what they are doing, and they hate alienating anyone from the group or from the setup. When I say they are relationship-oriented, they look at, before they form the relationship, they keenly survey or appraise the person they are getting into a relationship with. And when that happens, they are comfortable and they can be able to share. You will find yourself mostly attracted to this personality because they are easily approachable. They listen to their story without judging. Those are the strengths. What are the weaknesses? The weaknesses or the growth points in a watcher is they are too agreeable. Too agreeable means sometimes they can get into a group or into a clique. By the time they are getting into a clique, they didn't know the clique didn't have their best interest at hand. So if they get into this clique and they realize that the clique is not healthy for them, sometimes they are unable to walk out because they do not want to hurt the person who included them. They do not want to hurt the group, and they do not want to be spoken ill of. So they stay in the group. Yet again, they want to leave, but they don't know how to leave because they don't want to hurt anyone. Sometimes they are procrastinators. They procrastinate a lot. I mean, who is dying? We can do these things tomorrow. They do not, because they hate conflict, they do not resolve issues. This is one personality where they hide themselves or their issues behind the carpet or under the carpet until the situation has really deteriorated. And when they are coming for help, they are at the edge of their lives. The other thing about this personality, the watcher, they don't have closure. What do I mean? They can be in a relationship and the relationship ends. They do not close off. They do not have closure. So at some point in their life, they might start getting in touch with the person who they had fallen off with a few years back. So what do I maybe say for this personality? It is important to have closure because it will help you move on. It is also important to address the issues as they come other than hiding or keeping them under the carpet. That will be very detrimental in the near future because you do not know what to address. And even maybe your significant other will not know what you are ailing from or what is making you so annoyed because you have never told them what you want. Again, it is also important for this temperament to tell their significant others their expectation other than reacting to what the other person is not doing or has done wrong. That is one. The other personality is the thinker. The thinker, they are work-oriented. They love working behind the scene. They have an artistic nature. They have a design theme in them. So whatever they want to do, because they are normally very structured and articulate, they would want to do it in a very smart way. Hence, sometimes they can be very good at what they do. However, they can be slow in achieving it because as they are doing it, they are always looking at it. Is it okay? Is it in order? Is it out of topic? Is it in topic? And in this personality, they may not be able to walk out of their home without a to-do list. This is what I need to do by the end of the day. I need to go to Nairobi. I need to come back and do this, that, and that. If you're not this personality and you are another personality which I'll mention in this episode, this person feels very agitated by you because you have no structure. And for example, If I am walking or going to Nairobi, for example, with someone who is this personality, they'll ask you, what are you doing? What are we doing today? Then I'll mention about 3 things. Then if I'm a different personality and I have 4 things, like saying hi to someone on the road, eating somewhere we had not planned, they'll come back home feeling very agitated. You messed their structure. You messed their day. And this is one personality, because of structure, you cannot just surprise them. You know those surprises, like today, guess who is in the house? They will not be able to give them their best. Why? They love, please, I will come to your place on Monday at 2 and I will be out of that home by 5. I would want to explain this because they are structured people. And they are introverted. They have to get the energy to entertain another personality that I'll mention earlier, that I'll mention later. So they have to have the energy to entertain that person. And their energy sometimes is not, when it is too prolonged, they get agitated. I'll give an example of a tissue. If they believe a tissue is supposed to be put in this way or placed in the washroom in a certain way, if you do it the other way, they can get very bitter and agitated because they have their way of doing things. If they see something not well done, they can dwell there. I mean, what are the reasons you don't? So, because they are very structured and articulate. Now, I said they love working behind the scene. They hate public embarrassment. In fact, they are so uneasy. And I'll say maybe in a wedding. These are people who will come and sit long before the wedding has started because they don't want to meander around and be seen. The other thing about them, the good thing is they can listen and they have instincts. Some of them, the thinkers, their instincts is normally very high. What are the growth points or weaknesses? They are perfectionists by nature. They are aimers who never shoot because of fear of failure. They have no boundaries. They can get very enmeshed in a relationship. If they like you, they like without second thought. If they don't like you, it is very sad because they will also not like you without with no second thought. Or rather, they get into a relationship, but before they get into a relationship, they will have to really check whether if you are too mouthful, it is a no for them. They get attracted to a personality we call the doer personality or the talker personality. Because with the talker and the doer, they don't have to struggle. They can hide behind these people because these people are always doing and always talking. The other weakness about them is they have a dire need of being validated. They have a dire need of being appreciated, and they have a dire need of being needed. Caution. When you are correcting this personality, you need to correct them, hiding the correction in a feeling. For example, you did this very well, 80% was very good. However, you need to work on this to perform in your optimum. That is now the thinker. We have the talker. The talker are friends-oriented. They make friends very easily. They are motivators, natural motivators. They are the party animals. They get into a room, mouth open, and not in a bad way, because they are always talking. So they get into a room, mouth open, and asking the others, I mean, what have you been doing? You don't have a form. We need to have a plan. This is one personality that is spontaneous. It hates structure. They are normally very smart, organized. They look very smart and organized. But behind the scene, which I'll talk as a negative or a weakness, they're very disorganized. But in their disorganization, they find themselves. Now, this personality, I've said they are friends-oriented. They make friends very easily. Take them to a group, a new group. By the end of the day, they'll have made friends with all the group members. They hold no grudge. They easily apologize for a mess that has happened, a wrong that has happened. For example, by the way, you hurt me so much last week. When? No, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry I hurt you. They are approachable. They are fun to be with. They are fun animals. They get their energy from outside. And maybe this during the corona period, during the lockdown, this is one personality that was really struggling to cope in the lockdown, because they are maybe the first people who created the platforms, you know, the WhatsApp platforms, the Zoom sessions, because they needed to talk. The weaknesses of a talker are they overpromise and underdeliver. They are impulsive. They they demand love and affection. They can be domineering of attention. I'll give an example where if this personality is if this personality is looking good or feels is looking good, they may not sit down until two people or three have commented on they're looking good. This is one other the other weakness is they hate indoors because they thrive outside. They get their energy from outside. So they get their energy from communication with other people away from home. Sometimes they can concentrate so much on outside and forget they needed to get home to take care of other things. The other personality, the final personality, is the doer. The doer, they are goal-oriented or result-oriented. They are ambitious, natural leaders, go-getters. They thrive on the result. So they may not understand your story if your story does not have a result. The other thing about them is they love working and they are organized and they are able to. This is one personality that hides their emotions behind the scene and they are logical. Logical is if we are having a meeting and someone becomes emotional, they don't know how to handle an emotional person or emotional thing. So they would tell you, please go and cry outside. When you are done, come back so that we can continue with what we are doing. When I said they are result-oriented, they can the weaknesses or the growth points is they can step on you to drive to the results. Sometimes they are very aggressive, they are domineering, they are pushy. And this is one personality that can push the thinker and the watcher to a point of feeling that they would want to give up. So if you're in these personalities, it's good to take care of other personalities. And I would say there's no better personality than the other. What personality are you? So you need to embrace your strength and work on your growth points or weaknesses, but embrace the strength because we are all enough. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episodes. Kindly subscribe, like, and comment.